Stravinsky is an icon compositionally. He was experimental, progressive. One thing that I love about him is that he was young enough to have seen Tchaikovsky conduct, and he lived long enough to see the Beatles break up.
Rite of Spring uses a huge orchestra. Similar to Strauss and Mahler, he uses the entire color palette possible. But the difference, I think, with Stravinsky is that he really brings each instrument into focus as a soloist or as a character with its own unique voice.
Out of this huge orchestra, the entire piece starts with one solo bassoon. And bassoon is not a very loud instrument in general. So it's this one bassoon, and it's playing in its very highest register.
No piece that I'm aware of had really utilized the low register of the bass clarinet so brutally and so animalistically. And it kind of influenced the way composers would write for the bass clarinet ever after.
There's all kinds of stories about, some of the older composers, Camille Saint-Saëns, kind of throwing a fit over the misuse of the bassoon, or other composers standing up, trying to see what's playing with other instruments too, but it really kind of opened the doors for other composers to also kind of see the high register of the bassoon and its kind of unique tone color.
An analogy might be that while other composers were sort of painting with watercolor and blending all the sounds, Stravinsky is much more using a much more dramatic stroke of the brush, and all the colors are very vibrant, and they each have their own unique purpose. And it's very clear when you listen to the Rite of Spring what each instrument is doing and why it's there. And that usage of the soloist in a piece like this, I think that's what makes it pretty revolutionary.
The Rite of Spring is the coolest because even after 100 years, it is still just as striking and new as when it was premiering.